What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 184 of the GM Podcast. Here we bring you everything New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, national, international sports. Host for usually Grassani, Cunningham, Twitch, and our special guest Samuel Goldberg. You tune in to podcasts on various platforms, including Literally 2, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Music, Radio, and YouTube. All should follow me at God said it's time to get your game on.
Adam, back-to-back good introductions, brother.
You liked it? Okay.
Yeah. You doing good. Isn't he doing better at this?
I honestly thought that was kind of like low energy, but if you like it like that way, good. Okay.
Nah, man, you actually being yourself. You're not trying to be anybody else.
Exactly.
Yo, guys, I just want to say we got a good guest today on their show. Alex,
right.
Alex, hype it up, Alex. Give me a hype up. Niggas are in the shower with a seat. And you know how dope that is at my sister crib? Sorry, but Alex, hype your guest up.
So this is my good Twitter friend, Samuel Goldberg.
Oh, come on, man. If you got, let me show you how to hype it up.
Right.
That was important. Ladies and gentlemen.
Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it. Sorry.
Hold up, Alex. Let me show you how to hype up a guest. Ladies and gentlemen, he's from Jersey. He goes to Robert Morris University. He's a Phillies fan. He's an Eagles fan. He's a Sixers fan. I don't know if he's a Flyer fan, but we haven't asked him yet. Mr. Fly, Sam Goldberg.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen, for having me on today.
Show. How you doing?
How you doing? Welcome to get your game on, brother.
Not too bad. Just got done being a hockey analyst for our school sports show, Colonial Sports Center. So now we're here doing a podcast.
Yeah. The grind never stops, doesn't it?
The grind, in fact, never stops. But I guess a little bit about me. First on Twitter, I'm Goldberg+XP. So play-by-play, I'm a play-by-play broadcaster. I've been broadcasting for 9 years of my life. So I'm in my 5th year here, Robert Morris, hoping to land with a team right out of school. Whatever team wants to give me an opportunity. So I want to be on that play-by-play grind, and here we are.
Much respect. I definitely know what is like, to be like on the play-by-play. Back when I was at Marker State, I used to help out. I do play-by-play, but I was like in studio doing pre-halftime, post-game, a couple times, and a lot of my good friends I want to do play-by-play too. So I definitely know how much of a grind it can be.
It's a grind that I really embrace. I interned for the New Jersey Jackals, so shout out to Reich for giving me that opportunity. But I learned a lot with the Jackals, and I hope to take what I learned there and apply it to whoever chooses to hire me.
When did you work for the Jackals?
I worked for the Jackals not last summer, but the summer before that, so 2 summers ago.
Wait, 2021?
Yep, it was their last season at Montclair State before they moved to Patterson.
Oh, you mean 2022? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, because I actually used to cover the Jackals. I wasn't an employer team, but I covered them for a website called Jersey Sporting News. I don't know if you heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to cover them, so made a lot of great memories. I covered them during the 2019 championship season when they won the Can-Am League.
Gotcha. Well, enough about me. So I feel like we've talked enough about me. We have a show.
We've been spending. I think this is the longest we've ever spent on like an introduction of a guest.
I got a couple questions for the homeboy.
All right, go ahead. Just so you know, we are here mostly to talk baseball, and the Philadelphia Phillies, they advance. They did
advance.
They beat the Miami.
I thought we were talking about college football. I thought we were talking about college football this episode.
No, this is a bit. I mean, you can talk about college football, but we're stuck with baseball. So, Mike, if you have any baseball questions about the Phillies, go ahead.
I'm going to ask some random questions. Okay, I want to see where his mind at.
Okay.
Who is your top four MLB? Who's on your Mount Rushmore of Phillies players? Mount Rushmore of baseball on the MLB, and your MLB of the most colored baseball players. Shout out to the brothers.
Indeed. So that's a pretty loaded question. And you're gonna have to make me think, and my brain is not in the mood to think. Uh, so top four. Well, gotta go Pete Rose for Phillies. He's definitely there on the Mount Rushmore.
You play for the Phillies? I didn't know that.
I completely forgot that he played for the Phillies.
No, I thought
Yes,
you
he
played
did.
I only thought you played for Cincinnati. That's all I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, Pete Rose did in fact play for the Phillies. They have a mural inside Citizens Bank Park, and since he's not allowed to be on that mural, they have a rose sitting in a vase to represent Pete Rose.
Man, Pete Rose was a hell of a player, man. It's a shame that he
Yes,
can't
he
get
was.
in the Hall of Fame. It's a shame he can't be in the Hall of Fame.
So Pete Rose, I'm gonna go Lenny Dykstra.
If my
This
guy
might
is
be.
not picked, I'm not a Phillies fan, but if my dude is not picked, we fighting.
Well, you said my. Well, you gave. Well, you asked me for my opinion.
Give your own opinion. Don't let this fool here
Um,
intimidate you, Sam. Go ahead.
No, I'm fucking with Sam. He a good dude.
Man, this is a really
Don't
loaded
let Michael
question.
intimidate you here. He's all bark.
All right, what do I got? I got two more.
Adam, I'll whoop your little ass. I may be in Atlanta, but I could fly out tonight and kick your ass because I know where your house is. I'll tell the viewers where you live. Don't test me.
See, like, I don't want to
ahead,
use two
Sam.
people. I don't want to use two people for the same answer, or for like for. I don't want to use the same person. But I guess you kind of have to. I mean, Mount Rushmore. I guess you got to go Ryan Howard. Yeah, I'll go for both answers. I definitely got to go Ryan Howard. The big
For
piece.
color players, or for?
Oh no, that's both Mount Rushmore all time for Phillies and all time for Brother List.
Oh man, I never heard that one. Ryan Howard, I never heard that one.
And then my last for my Mount Rushmore, all time. Oh man, there's a lot of players to choose
You have
from.
Jimmy Rollins, you have Mike Lieberthal, you have Bryce Howard, Bryce. Yeah, Bryce. I'm high right now.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't put. I wouldn't put Bryce Harper on the Mount Rushmore just yet. Of current Phillies, I would, but all time.
For
The
Phillies, you
last.
could put for Phillies.
Well, the last time.
How about Jim Tomei?
Maybe. I gotta for me, because I'm a big pitcher guy, I gotta go Roy Halladay final spot for my Phillies.
God rest his soul.
God rest his soul, by the way.
I hated him as a player because he used to beat my Yankees.
Brother List. We're gonna obviously Ryan Howard. Got him on there. Give me Ricky Henderson.
Okay.
Jackie Robinson.
All right.
Undoubtedly. And then, are we counting Ivan Rodriguez as a brother?
No, he let you can't pick Purge. You can't pick Purge. No. Bad boy. Bad.
So my last on my brother list would have to be. Oh man. There's a ton of talent. Man. This is tough.
You haven't said one guy who's the all-time leading home run leader.
All right, so this is where I stand on. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'll go Barry Bonds.
Guys,
I'm
gonna be real. This is the greatest. I'm gonna say Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player of all time, in my opinion. Just remember, early in his career, he was averaging 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases every year when he was in Pittsburgh.
Was that with or without the steroids?
Well, that's without the steroids. But here's the thing: everybody was taking steroids. But everyone was singing steroids. Alex Rodriguez. I think every NBA, MLB player was singing steroids. Let's just be real. I think it became part of the game. But here's the thing. If it's a shame that Barry Bonds can't get into the Hall of Fame, but Pete Rose can't be on the eligibility list. That's just stupid. He bet on games. That is stupid. He may have shaved points, but he bet on games on his team.
That's fair.
I'm gonna say this.
Oh yeah, Pete Rose. That's a whole different conversation.
Guys, let me explain something. I know this about Phillies, but I'm gonna say something about the Astros. If the Astros cannot get penalized for their World Series cheating wins, you can put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame and Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying.
I don't disagree with that.
I'm just saying.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't disagree with that either.
Because here's the thing. I think the Astros haven't been punished for cheating from 2017, 2018. They were stealing signs, by the way.
Yeah, it was proven they were stealing signs.
Well, stealing signs, it's a common thing in the MLB. It's just the way how the Astros did it.
Yeah.
They had a camera in center field zoomed all the way in to where the catcher. I mean, that's why we have pitch comm now. So because there was a camera all the way in center field that was zoomed in to where the catcher's crotch to find to see what pitch they were throwing, and then once they saw the pitch, it was for a fastball, like three banks for a curveball, like so. And because sign stealing happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how the Astros did it is the big problem.
It is.
And they cheat to win.
All right. Now let's shift back this conversation to because we brought you on here because we wanted you to help us talk some Phillies postseason baseball, and they did what I said on this podcast coming in, like for you to look at this season, like I said that the Phillies had to beat the Marlins. They had to beat the Marlins. The Marlins, yes, they're a playoff team, but they won 84 games. They won 84 games. They won only 2 more games than the freaking Yankees. I mean, meanwhile, you got the Phillies out here winning 90 games. And Bryce Harper, being Bryce Harper, Trey Turner having after struggling first half, really bouncing back, in the second half of the season, Kyle Schwarber providing all the power, or Nick Castellanos kind of had a great year despite kind of a second half slump, and then that pitch staff with Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, and all those guys, I look at this series I'm saying you cannot lose to the Marlins. You absolutely have to win, and they did. They won both games. They won them both. I wouldn't necessarily down it fashion, but they did what they had to do. They won the first game 4-1. They won the second game 7-1. So, give me your thoughts on that series. And did you have the same mindset going into this series, Sam, that you think, okay, like this is a series you gotta win?
Well, they're playing in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is objectively the toughest place to play. I don't care if there's bias in that statement there.
Yeah.
It is quite literally the toughest place to play because it has been said not by just me, but by many MLB media and stuff like that.
Start to interrupt. Alex, read our group chat for our football chat. You're gonna get a kick out of it. But they continue, Sam. Continue.
My biggest takeaway is that the Phillies definitely need to re-sign Aaron Nola. I think he's definitely deserved that contract. Again, Nola, he's able to eat innings throughout the season. I'm a big believer in Aaron Nola. I think he's a Philly for life. It's a closeout game in a series. I don't care what type of game it is. It's tough to close out a game, and the fact that he gave you nearly 7 strong innings is incredible work by Aaron Nola. And his combined ERA in 4 closeout games is what I'll put in parentheses. He's got a .33 ERA in 4 closeout games in the playoffs. So he's been huge for the playoffs, and it's been huge. But shout out the daycare. The daycare has been quite impressive so far in the playoffs. Johan Rojas, his progression from being in Double-A to getting called to the majors, he was a big contributor in that sweep of Miami. And Bryson Stott to hit the second ever grand slam in Philadelphia Phillies playoff history. that literally turned the game upside down. I mean, it was deafening. I know my boy Alex was there. Alex, you wanna tell me how loud it was, that Bryson Stott homer?
It definitely felt like 5 consorts going on at one time.
That home run literally sealed the deal. Like I didn't like I turned off the game. I said that's it, game over. Bring on Atlanta. And while while I like Atlanta, they have a really great team. I like their play. I just don't see the Phillies losing, and I feel like they have a better starting rotation than Atlanta, and I feel like that the Phillies have a little bit more depth than the Braves as well. Yeah, the Braves won over 100 games, but again, it's the regular season. It's not to me the regular season, unless if you're battling for a wild card spot, doesn't mean a whole lot. So, and the only bats that I'm kind of concerned about are Ozuna. You got Ozuna from the Braves. Um, Matt Olson, he's been on an absolute tear, and then Ronald Acuna Jr. Other than that, I really don't feel as threatened by some of the bats by the Atlanta Braves. But
Did you
again,
mention Matt Olson?
I did mention, yeah, Matt Olson. Yep,
Yeah.
yeah, he's one to be wary of. But again,
I mean, you
it's
also have
been
Austin
I like the
Riley.
Phillies.
You also have
I mean, Austin Riley can be really hot at sometimes and be really, really cold. So
That's real.
I just like the Phillies bullpen a little bit better, and I like the starting rotation a little bit better.
Guys, I'm gonna say something.
go ahead.
You can't trust Trey Turner in the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna disagree with you there.
Yeah, he's only hitting 571 through 2 games.
Exactly.
Can't trust him though. Yeah, Chaz, I just feel like I'm in outer space, Mr. going 0 for 8 with 4 strikeouts. I mean, hey, numbers don't lie. I
I
mean,
want to see
Trey
him
Turner's
do.
hitting
Hey, let's see what he does well when he's in
571.
the playoffs. Because let's just be real. At the beginning of the season, he played like shit. It took him what 5 months to finally get it together.
Hey,
Once he
guess what?
got
It's not
together,
about
he
it's not
got
a
it together.
yeah,
I
Let me
think
it's not
ask
about
you. Let me ask you about that, Sam.
I would rather have Trey Turner heated up here for the playoffs than if he started hot at the beginning of the season and cooled off towards the playoffs.
Man, I was about to say when he was for Team USA for the baseball classic, he was killing.
He was a
Come
Yeah,
on,
beast.
there was a noticeable adjustment though that they made in that back leg. Like that back leg was a little bit more, I guess, like firm and a little less bendy during it like the first couple of months with the Phillies. Because like he had the baby on the way, and like there's extra stuff to worry about too.
Yeah, yeah. I want to ask you about Trey Turner, Sam, and that is, what did you make about that whole about his season was just so crazy to me. He started. I mean, he just got a big bag. He starts off the season slow, and then out of nowhere, I forget what happened. Philly stands for an entire game, just gave him this big standing ovation, and since then he found it. Like he became the Trey Turner that you guys are paying him $300+ million to be. Like you like he became that guy for you guys, and then the playoffs. I mean, he went what 4 for 7 or something, 4 for 8. I forget what his numbers were this series, but
Yeah,
but he balled out. So
I
I
think
want to
he's
ask. So I want to ask you, Sam. Hey, what'd you make of Philly fans giving that standing ovation? What do you make of his season in general? It's been crazy.
well. First things first. Once his contract is done with the Philadelphia Phillies, 11 years down the line, there's going to be an ESPN 30 for 30 made called Ovation. The thought of Jack Fritz that quite literally got him turned around. I mean that right there, kind of like you could physically see that he calmed down after that, and he just kind of did him. He was hitting 221 at the time of that ovation, and at his peak when he hit, I believe he hit like 284 at one point throughout the season. He increased his batting average by 60 points in about a couple of months, which that is absurd. He really found himself. He found his footing. I love Trey Turner, and I'm very happy that I get to root for him as a fan of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Overrated.
Who's your team, Mike?
I don't want to talk about it right now.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
So you
we're
can
both Yankees.
you can talk.
We're both Yankee fans. All
I'm
right.
also a Dodger fan.
Oh,
I'm
how
also a
about having
Dodger.
the highest payroll, one of the highest payrolls in Major League Baseball, just to get 70 some odd wins?
I'm also a Dodger fan too for
Oh
baseball.
my God! Don't tell me you're a Dallas Cowboy fan.
He's a Cowboys fan as well.
I went Cowboys and
Oh
Jets.
wait, let me guess. Let me guess. Your favorite basketball team is the Lakers.
Oh, I'm freaked out. How the hell does he know this?
That's just the typical Yankees fan.
No,
Typical
no,
Yankees
no,
fan.
Alex, you told him. Alex, there's no fucking way a guy can guess that right away.
I did not tell him.
I swear to
Alex
God.
didn't tell me anything.
Oh my!
I'm
We're
also a
making
Nick.
this a clip. We're making
I'm
this a
also.
clip.
What's my other favorite team, Mr. Know-It-All? What's my other favorite team
For what?
for basketball? I'm also.
Oh no, I'm gonna guess since since you like the Cowboys. And if the Lakers get eliminated from the playoffs, it's probably a West Coast team.
Nope.
Oh.
All right, so it's not a West Coast team. All right,
You,
all right.
you want a hint? You want a hint?
I was gonna say Dallas Mavericks, but
No.
not a West Coast team. All right. So you're not as delusional as I thought you
Dude, if you need explanation, he's a Yankees, Dodgers, Jets, Cowboys, Knicks, Lakers fan. Do not
Oh, the Knicks,
ask me
that's right.
how he makes it all work. I have no idea. That's his problem.
Bro must have so many Twitter burner accounts.
Yeah, Alex, I like Sam. Remember the other Sam we had from Texas I didn't like? I actually like this Sam. This Sam is hilarious.
I appreciate it.
Hey, Sam, I got
All right.
Hold
All
on.
right,
Now,
since I'm a Yankees fan too, you can guess my other three teams. Well, one of them's an easy guess.
Well, I wonder what your favorite hockey team is. I couldn't. I don't know.
It's obviously the New York Rangers.
Hey, Alex, I got an idea. We should make Sam one of our co-hosts since Sam hasn't been on an episode for 3 weeks and Marcellus hasn't made it to a show this season. How about we should put Sam as one
we
of
can
our
have those discussions off the air. We can have those
because Sam is funny. Because Sam is a smart asshole like Adam, I swear to God, you put an asshole with an asshole on the show to get a sports asshole on the show, it sells.
Well,
It
those
doesn't
discussions off the air, but I'm also unfortunately a Brooklyn Nets fan and for football I'm Giants.
Hey Adam, at least he's not a
dude.
wait, he's
4 years, 4 years, 160 million to just fuck off.
Hey Adam, at least he's a Flyers fan, so he's disappointed.
Just so you know, I was at that game. I don't want to talk about it. The Seahawks
Adam,
was at that game.
He's a Flyers fan, so he can't talk shit for hockey.
It was actually my first. It was actually my first. Well, not actually my first football game. I was at the old Giants Stadium, like when I was 8 years old. So, but it was basically my first football game. Wow, since tickets are just so expensive, and now I actually have some good I would say a better financial position. I can actually afford them now.
I see we're talking about the Giants losing to the Seahawks. It wasn't a loss; it was an embarrassment. But I digress.
Trust me.
I
digress. We're gonna talk about that. We are gonna talk about that.
Can we talk about how the Giants lost 40-0 to the Cowboys at home?
Trust me, Michael. We're gonna talk about that. All right, but before we do, let's just finish off here, and then you guys can torture me on the Giants all you want. Let's just finish off
Man, we gotta talk about Sam.
Let's just finish off the Phillies here. Sam, I wanted to ask you, going into this Braves series, how you looking at this series going into this Braves series? Because I think we both can agree here. All the pressure is going to be on the Braves. Literally, all the pressure is going to be on the Braves. As this team put up unbelievable numbers in the regular season. You look at their team offensive statistics. Literally every single one: home runs, batting average, slugging percentage, whatever you want. They're like first in LB in like everything. Like this is like one of the best offenses we've seen in a long time. And their pitching staff is also really, really good too. Like this Braves team is just stacked, and they're facing the exact same team that upset them last year in the playoffs. So now all the pressure is going to be on the Braves. If the Phillies go ahead and upset the Braves again, it is not going to be pretty down there in Atlanta. So do you share that same mentality going into the series? Like, hey, you guys have like nothing to lose and everything to gain here.
Here's how I see it. I see it that the Phillies just they need to just go in and do their thing. Atlanta, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a tough place to play. I mean, especially when those lights turn off and then everybody's got their cell phone lights on and the chops are raining down over their ballpark, Truist Park, right? Still Truist Park, or am I crazy? Right? Yeah. Can anybody confirm that?
Correct.
All right, cool. Uh, for the Phillies, they just got to focus on winning one game in Atlanta. And then I feel like that'll be game two. Game one, I don't know who the Phillies are going to start. I'm torn if between Walker or Danger Ranger. Uh, I hope that they get a good start out of either one of them. But the important job of the Phillies is to at least have the series going to Citizens Bank Park tied up at one. And once the Braves get to Philadelphia, because we saw what happened last year when the Braves were in Philadelphia. I mean, they just had a terrible time. And Joe Davis giving us one of the best calls from Rhys Hoskins, fastball hit to left, and that was just the fairy tale of that game. So the objective here for the Phillies, you have to at least win one in Atlanta, come to the bank, sweep. You have to sweep at the bank, and then try and get one, and then maybe win at Atlanta. But then if you can't, come win at home in six. I'm taking the Philadelphia Phillies in 6 games.
Wow.
That's ballsy.
Well, it's a 5-game series. You know that, right?
Is it 5 games? Oh,
Yeah,
it
it's
is five
5
games.
games. Yeah, it's
Oopsies.
5 games.
You made a boo boo on
I
your.
forgot. I did make a boo boo. I'm very tired. I've been up since 6 a.m. So cut me some slack here. If it was a 7-game series, I would take the Phillies in 6. So give me Phillies in 4.
Wow. Spicy.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Alex, I'm going to field the floor here. You can ask the question to Sam when you're done, but I want to ask you, like, do you agree here?
Yeah, there's no question that I agree with Sam.
Wow.
The Phillies got a sour guy in the farm system. His name is Owen Corcoran. And I've never seen anything like it before. His curveball is absolutely on point, and everything about his mechanics of throwing is off the charts. And if the Braves face him in any point of the series, it's going to be absolutely over for the Braves.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a very, very interesting series. Like again, like I said, I said all the pressure's gonna be on the Braves. Literally, all the pressure's gonna be on the Braves. If they get upset again, oh man, because that's gonna be when the narratives are gonna start coming. It's like, are the Braves, built for the postseason? Like, was 2021 just a fluke? Like, is this a team that can actually translate your regular success into postseason success? I'm sure Phillies fans would love nothing more than to make those discussions a reality. Really quick here. So, Sam, before we get to the hot take, we're done talking Phillies for now, but we do have one more baseball story to discuss. Obviously involves one of our local teams and the division rival of yours. I'm pretty sure you can know where we're going with this.
Oh yeah, I have the schedule pulled up
The
to my
New
left.
York Mets. Buck Showalter, gone. Billy Eppler, gone. So, I mean, Sam, you could chime in here wherever you like you are. I guess my thoughts on this. Well, apparently, what the reason why he's resigned is apparently he's under investigation for like manipulating the IL stints, which I think it's kind of similar to what you were saying earlier about the Astros, where everyone like in the entire league does phantom IL stints. We all know this. Like everyone, manipulates the injuries in some way. So I think this is probably just another situation of Billy Eppler, take it to another level. Now, what new level that is, I'm not sure. Jeff Passan did Jeff Passan release any details what they were investigating him for other than improper using the injured list? I don't think he did. All we're knowing is that he just improperly used the injured list. So maybe some details will come out, in the coming days. You probably will. So yeah, it's definitely something to keep you on. But my thought was, and I had this thought all season long, and I had this thought when Buck Showalter first, resigned or stepped down or whatever, was that if Buck Showalter went, Billy Eppler had to go with him because. Yeah, was Buck Showalter, does he deserve someone to blame for the Mets this point season? Yes. You absolutely cannot say he's blamed this year, but at the end of the day, is it all his fault? I'm gonna say no. Like it wasn't all his fault. Billy Eppler, put together. Let's face it, he put together a flawed roster. He put together a flawed roster with a lot of aging players, and we saw that happen. Like what happened with Justin Verlander, while it wasn't bad, while it wasn't bad, he wasn't able to, get the Mets to the next level. And obviously, same thing with Max Scherzer. Jeff McNeil completely fell off a cliff, and Pete Alonso, when he was healthy, he was producing, but that's the thing, he wasn't healthy. So I definitely thought that if Buck Showalter went, Billy Eppler had to go with them. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Apparently now David Stern is going to continue. Is now going to continue being the president of baseball operations. So it's going to be his show. We'll have to see. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. Who his new manager is going to be, and if he does hire a new general manager, or who's his general manager going to be, and how much power will he have. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with it. Buck Showalter in his exit meeting before he was let go said he'd never had any communication with Billy Eppler. So the fact that Billy Eppler decided to fire him after not talking to him once was surprising. Showalter also saying he had no idea why Daniel Vogelbach was still on the Mets roster after the trade deadline. Vogelbach, honestly, in my opinion, has to be probably one of the worst baseball players I've ever watched play the game of baseball. And I've watched some pretty bad baseball. Talking 2014 to like 2018 Phillies before they signed Bryce Harper. So I think Daniel Vogelbach, I don't know why he was on the roster. As you said, the aging guys. I mean, what looked like a good roster on paper, the on-field product wasn't great. Francisco Lindor really didn't produce all year. He was a bit of a struggle. I will give Brandon Nimmo his credit. Brandon Nimmo really hung in there until the end of the season. Brett Beatty looks like a solid prospect. I strongly disagree with the trade that they did for Max Scherzer to get Acuna. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I really hope Ronald Acuna's brother is another Acuna and hits 40 home runs and 70 stolen bases, but like I don't necessarily feel good about that
It's
trade. Uh,
if he becomes like a 20 homer guy hitting like I don't know 260, 270, then I think he'll sign up for. I think Mets fans will sign up for that.
I mean, as a outsider looking in, I expect Acuna to be a 30 home run, 100 RBI guy.
Yeah.
Like if like that trade was a 1-for-1 deal. If Acuna doesn't come into the Mets and is not a 30 home run, 100 RBI type of guy, that is a terrible trade. I get Scherzer's hurt. I get that, but at the same time, I just didn't. I just wasn't a fan of the trade. Acuna, if he's not a 30 home run, 100 RBI guy, I just think the Mets really lost that trade.
Yeah, it's definitely like yeah. I could. I mean, I understand why they did because the season wasn't going anywhere, and the one thing about Max Scherzer, Sam, he never showed up in any big games. Literally
Yeah,
every single big game down the stretch, and actually and at the end of 2022, and every single big game this year, he didn't show up. So I understand what they were thinking. So I understand why I traded him. Now again, if Acuna as brother does live up to expectations, then yeah, we're gonna look at back at it as a bad trade. But I don't think we'll look at it as a bad trade because they traded him. I think we'll be looked at as a bad trade because of because Acuna Jr. didn't live up to the expectations.
I mean, also too, like in that trade, I probably would have traded for first baseman depth as well because I don't think Pete Alonso is coming back. I really don't.
I'm not sure about that.
I mean,
If
Pete
Peter,
Alonso, he literally said in a quote, "I'm not fielding any more. If I don't field any more fly balls, I'm not coming back." And he didn't. And Brett Beatty had to sprint over from second base to catch a pop out, and his face was just in utter shock.
yeah, I
So
mean,
I'm not expecting Pete
if
Alonso to be a
if
Met
Pete
next year.
Alonso does return, I think it'll be more of he wants to leave the Mets rather than the Mets not wanting to pay him. I think the Mets and I think the Mets basically speaking, I think they're going to do whatever it takes to keep him. Like
But they
even if they have to
won't though.
overpay him a little bit, like it's Steve Cohen. Steve Cohen. Like like if he really wants somebody, he'll pay the price to get him.
But he won't though, brother. He won't.
I like Pete Alonso. Like for Pete Alonso, man. Like I honestly I honestly hope he doesn't come back to the Mets. I just don't think he's in the right situation there. He's a guy that's in win now mode. He's a guy. He's a tool. He's a tool that can help a team that's basically one piece away from winning. Because for me, the Mets are multiple pieces away from winning, and I feel like Pete Alonso. I don't know. I don't necessarily know where he'll go. But I feel like Pete Alonso is not a Met going into next season.
That's ballsy. I liked it.
I mean, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how it's definitely gonna be very interesting to see how that plays out. All right, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how all these other teams, how the Phillies finish out the postseason, what the Mets are gonna do the offseason, what the Yankees are gonna do. Are they gonna actually try to stack the deck around Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, arguing the best hitter and pitcher in the sport? Are they actually gonna put some talent around them for Pete's sake? It's definitely gonna be very, very interesting.
The Yankees are a dumpster fire. I mean, my goodness.
Don't even.
They put so much pressure on Volpe to be successful, to be like the next like greatest to basically be the next Jeter,
Yeah.
and it backfired on them tremendously.
Yeah.
Hey Sam, be
I mean,
nice. Be nice now. We ain't doing this right now. We ain't talking about Volpe. He still got
no, I'm a Volpe guy. I love Volpe. However, the Yankees put him in a situation to fail.
Yeah. Which I understand why I understand why they played him, because they literally said, told him, hey, you've got a chance to win the starting job out of spring training. And then he goes out and balls, and Peraza slumps. Like, how would have looked if they chose Peraza over him? It would make them look like liars. So I understand why they did it, but I also see your point. I also see where you're coming from, Samuel. Yeah, it's just like I understand where you're coming from. He definitely he wasn't terrible. Like, he was really great defensively, but he showed this year that he definitely could have used some more time in the minors.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. They called him up way too early.
Yeah.
And they quite literally put him in a place where the fan base now, I don't know, I can't speak for all Yankees fans, but from what I'm just majority seeing, like through Twitter, X, and other social media platforms, like a lot of Yankees fans just aren't a fan of Volpe, and that's the Yankees' fault. Brian Cashman is quite literally the worst general manager in the MLB. How he has a job? How
It's
he
like
has a job? I have
it's like
no idea.
It's like
I have
it's like,
no
and
idea.
don't get me, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like Brian Cashman's entire tenure with the Yankees has been terrible. I mean, he won like what? He won 4 World Series with the team. Granted, a couple that was inheriting, the core four and all that, but still, like, the team, he has sex with the team. But at the same time, I acknowledge he has way overstayed his welcome.
he got to go.
It's
I
like
like the song, Adam. You hear it? He got to go. Cashman got to go. He is shit. He is shit. That's right. Now Cashman is shit. He fucks up the Yankees. Now
if you
Sam
couldn't tell, Sam, our friend Michael Hare is not a Brian Cashman guy.
How can I explain? How can I say this? I hate Cashman more than I hate Jose Altuve. Adam, tell us this man my hatred for Jose Altuve on this show is.
Boy, do I have a hot take for you then.
Okay, you want us to transition to the show now?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're gonna transition to those, Sam, to the hot take of the episode. So here's how this segment works, Sam. One of us, every single episode, one of us does a hot take. It could be whatever you want, on as long as it's like a hot take. For example, Alex here, you can't come on here saying, "Oh, I think the Sixers should trade for a role player." Duh. I hope they trade for a role player. That's not a hot.
Yeah, don't say that. Adam said the most stupidest hot take before.
But we all do a hot takes, and then at the end of the hot take, the rest of the guy, we vote on it, whether or not factors in the name, whether or not we agree with the hot take, but mostly, do we think it was a good hot take? Did they articulate their points well? And is the topic a hot take? So that's basically how this works. Sam. I mean, did you get everything, or did you have any questions you need me to ask?
Hey, Sam, let me tell you advice. Adam had things. There's a hit for him when it comes to hot takes. I believe he said the fixes is in on him because I think. And see, let me tell you a little story. Season 2, he all thought that we all had a hit for him on the hot take. He thought.
Let me explain, Sam. Let me explain, Sam. So, for some reason, whenever I have controversial hot takes, they always get disproved. Like, I had a hot take recently. You're probably gonna disagree with this. I said that Giannis was an overrated playoff performer. Not that I think it was a bad playoff performer. I just don't think he's an all-time I just don't think he's an all-time great yet. everyone here slandered me. Everyone here is like, what are you talking about? Disapprove, everything. Meanwhile, a couple, well, not a couple hot takes there, but back during season, someone else did a hot take saying Chris Paul isn't the Hall of Famer. Guess what? It got approved. So that's my logic. Why do all your blast hot takes keep getting approved, yet my controversial hot takes keep getting disapproved? That's my question.
But you said a dumb fact by saying Giannis is not an all-time playoff performer. That was stupid.
All right. So I bet I know you guys hate Jose Altuve. You know where I'm going with this.
You couldn't tell, all right?
I believe that Jose Altuve was just a scapegoat for the cheating scandal. I believe Jose Altuve. I believe Jose Altuve.
Hear me out.
I believe Jose Altuve.
I'm all ears. Sam, the floor is yours.
I believe Jose Altuve had.
I've been drinking. I've been cursing at you. Hold up now.
I believe Jose Altuve had nothing to do with the cheating scandal. I really don't. I think he was just a scapegoat for the other guys that decided to scurry off the team.
Okay, can you elaborate? Now, let me ask you a question. You said he had nothing to do with that. I'm going to call a little bit of BS on that because he clearly benefited from the cheating scandal. Like, so,
I mean, everybody in the Astros lineup benefited from it.
One of the main ones behind it. That I'm willing to listen to, but to say, he had nothing to do with that, he clearly benefited from the cheating scandal.
Exactly. Like, don't get me wrong, everybody in the Astros lineup had benefited from it. Was he behind it? No. I think he's just a scapegoat.
Okay. Question. Who was behind it?
Well, you got player names. You got George Springer. I think George Springer was the head of it.
Wow. That's why he got. Why do you believe that, though?
Well, wow, you guys are really putting me on the spot.
Exactly. Yes, questions here.
Oh no, yeah, I know. Because realistically, okay, the banging started around so the banging started about the Chicago White Sox series when they first started to hear it. George Springer's average was sitting about the 213 mark. That White Sox series, they tested it out in his at-bat, I believe. Yeah, it was his at-bat. And he got a base hit. That's why, and then once they saw that it worked, and they just kind of rolled with it. George Springer, that's why I believe George Springer led the cheating thing for the Houston Astros.
So when you say led the cheating thing, that means you don't think it was Alex Cora. You don't think it was.
I think Alex Cora is behind. Alex Cora is definitely behind it too. I mean, oh my God.
What about Carlos Correa?
Yeah, Carlos. That's what I couldn't think of. Carlos Correa as well. I think that's your three-headed monster that headed the cheating scandal for the Astros, and that's why I think they said bye-bye and left the team.
I say.
Okay, that's actually very interesting. You think it's just pure, you think it's just pure coincidence that Springer and Correa are not Astros anymore? It could be because
that's what I'm saying.
It could be because the Astros really wanted. This is the stuff, and they know that Bregman and Correa, not Correa, Altuve, weren't exactly the driving forces behind it. So that's what you're saying.
I say
right?
Bregman has something to do with it too. I say Alex Bregman has something to do with it as well.
Yeah,
that whole team were all part of the monsters. So
so you got people that created the idea. I imagine Cora's the one that said, "Hey, let's put a camera in center field that nobody knows what it is. Zoom right in on the catcher." And look at some signs. Springer said, okay, why don't we give signals? Like, that's a curveball and stuff like that. And then everybody wanted to turn and find him somewhere to point fingers. So when the whole home run happened with Jose Altuve off of Aroldis Chapman, when he did the La Mi Casa no, that was the moment that everybody wanted to use Jose Altuve as the scapegoat.
Yeah. Now, I did want to ask you about that though, because another thing we have to ask is obviously, after that Chapman home run, everyone remembers, Altuve saying literally when he's right up, he's telling everyone, "Don't rip off my jersey." So, what'd you make of that? What did you make of that, Sam? Because clearly there's a lot of speculation that he may have had a buzzer, underneath his jersey. Because why else would he, rip off his jersey? Like, what? He really was afraid that his wife would see like a new tattoo that he had. Like, I'm not sure I believe that. So I want to ask you about that, Sam. What's your opinion on that?
I just generally thought he had to come up with something to say because like he didn't want to rat out his teammates who were behind it. So he just kind of became.
I'm not believing that, brother.
He just had he became the scapegoat.
Okay, so just to clarify,
because again too, after hitting that home run, that jersey's going to mean a lot too. Like, I mean, obviously he said he could have said like, "Oh, I was just going to give it to my family" or something like that. But in a pressure situation where it's like, "Oh, I don't know," you got cameras and stuff in your face, and you just kind of say something. You just say something to move on to the next question, and then that statement diverted more attention to him to become the scapegoat of the scandal. So it would draw less attention off guys like Cora, Springer, and Correa.
Okay. So you're saying like the buzzing is a similar situation to the one with the trash cans. Like you think that while he did benefit off it, he wasn't like the mastermind behind it.
Yep. Every player on that Astros team benefited from it, but except the pitchers. Like, again, the offense was there, but the pitching sucked. So it's like, while everybody's like, yeah, it's all ha ha ha. At the same time, we saw the first game of spring training the next year. George Springer couldn't even hit a curveball. Ducked on a curveball right in the middle of the plate. Jose Altuve had no problem during spring training. So that led me to believe too that Jose Altuve benefited from it, but wasn't the ringleader for it.
Okay, so this was honestly, I'm gonna say this, Sam. This was one of the most interesting hot takes I think we've had in a long time. Because here's the thing: at first, I'm like, I don't think I'm not sure. But as I asked you questions about like what you mean by he was a scapegoat, like what you actually mean and what you actually explained them, it really makes perfect sense. Like, did Altuve benefit from it? Yes, obviously, but every player on the Astros did. Like, so should he, receive? Should he, does this necessarily? Should he necessarily be exonerated from that cheese scandal? No, because he clearly even if he wasn't like the mastermind, he still should have said okay guys, this is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this. He still should have done on that, and that's why I don't think he should be out to it. But to say he's automatically the mastermind behind it, like there are reports that Altuve wasn't the mastermind before, and if anything, that he was actually against it. I've heard those reports here. So, and all the points you made that about like, why is Springer gone? Why is Correa gone? They're two of the best players at your positions. You think the Astros, they're able to re-sign Altuve and Brinker, they pay that same money for Springer and Correa, and yes, Cole, but I think Cole's like an exception. Like he was gonna price himself out of the Astros range anyway. So, but yeah, those points you made are very interesting. So even though I'm not a fan of him, I'm gonna approve this one. Okay, Alex, you're
Yeah.
up. What do you think?
I liked all of his information, and he definitely did a great job. So I'm gonna approve.
Nice. All right, Michael, you're the last one.
Should I let my hatred for Jose Altuve disapprove this hot take?
We've
Adam,
warned you he's not a fan.
should I let my judgment of hatred for Jose Altuve disapprove this great hot take? My hatred for Jose Altuve, or try to make Sam a new friend. Hold up. Hatred. Sam, I have disdain for this man. He is in my top 3 people I want to kill in this world. Between Skip Bayless.
Oh my God, Skip Bayless is terrible.
We all agree there.
I
Skip
hate
Bayless,
Skip
Brian
Bayless.
Cashman,
Oh
and
my
Jose
God.
Altuve are on my kill list. They're all on my kill list.
I mean, hey, the Dodgers could have just woken up and actually hit the ball. Thoughts?
Boy, don't
Well, you
forget
can
the
say the same thing about the Yankees too. You can say the same thing about the Yankees too.
When was the last time the Phillies actually won a World Series?
What was the last? I mean, like, I don't really care. They went to it last year. I don't
And
care.
y'all didn't choke. Exactly. Y'all didn't lose. Last time we made to our World
The
Series,
Phillies,
we
the
won
Phillies
the
weren't
team.
expected to be in the World Series. That run was stupid.
And y'all still lost. There's no trophy in Citizen Bank Park.
The Dodgers have one of the highest payrolls, and yet somehow can't win a World Series. The Yankees
Didn't
didn't
they
even
win a
make the
World
play.
Series in 2020? They won in 2020.
2020 doesn't count.
It still counts. It still counts as a World
That
Series.
does not count. Nope,
It
does not
still
count.
counts.
The Yankees had the highest payroll in the MLB, and everybody's like, World Series, World Series. Yeah.
We have Brian Cashman, who's a complete moron.
We? You get paid by the team? We?
Yes.
All right, Michael, get your point here. Approve or disapprove.
Alex, don't make me whoop your ass. Why you look like Gumby? I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Sam, I call Alex a keyboard warrior. He only talks shit on the keyboard because he really can't talk in public. That's Alex. He's a keyboard warrior. But let me get to my hatred of Jose Altuve. Let me get my hatred for this man. I'm gonna prove it. Surprisingly.
Smart man.
Adam, I really want to disapprove it so I could literally have my hatred for Jose Altuve.
You were just like, I hate this man. I hate this man. I wanted his proof. But on the other hand, he made very valid points, and it's like deserves to be approved.
Sam, you got me to approve a hot take about Jose Altuve being a good person. It
means you earned it, buddy. It means you earned it.
If you, because I usually disapprove of hot takes about Jose Altuve, you got to be the most. You convinced me not to hate him for this episode.
It's the hours and hours of baseball that I watch every day.
Hey, Adam, tell him how good he is if he got me to vote approve on Jose Altuve.
You did a great job. What else can I say? You did a great job.
Because everyone knows my hatred and disdain for this man. If I was allowed to kill 3 people, it would be Jose Altuve, Skip Bayless, and Brian Cashman. And Phil, no, my top 5 would be James Dolan.
No,
you definitely be
you don't like James Dolan either. That's a completely different conversation.
Jose Altuve, Brian Cashman, and Skip Bayless. There's one person I can't say he's not even on our podcast. I can't say it. There's 2 people I will get away.
You should watch the show How to Get Away with Murder.
I do.
Trust me. I'm pretty sure he already has.
I don't tell nobody. We could be wired at this moment.
But either way, Sam, congratulations, your hot takes been approved. Are we counting this for Sam's record or Marcellus's record?
Sam's already cocky. Not you, our friend Sam. We have another friend Sam on this hot take.
Want to count for both? Want to count for both?
Mine is, well.
Why not? All right. But Sam, we're now going to transition to we're talking some NFL, and specifically, we're going to talk about the game. That's what we're going to call it. The game that I was at on Monday night. So,
yes, the New York Shitters.
So let me explain. Let's explain. I'm having a great day. I just got done running errands with my mom. Shout out to her if you listen to this. Love ya. I got done doing some errands. I get home. I get home and my dad wants to, and I'm taking my dad to a football game, and we go there. We park. We get in the stadium. Everything's jolly. I picked up some. I met the gift shop because it was my first time ever I met saying, well, for an actual game. I was there for my college graduation from our community. Oh my god, I feel old now. but I had a great time. I got to see the stadium. I got to see all the stuff they had. I took a lot of great pictures. And then I get into this stadium and we see the game begin, and we see the game begin, and then out of nowhere I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's like, okay, I'm not sure I agree with Brian Dable going there on fourth down, but you know what, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. We stop them and we get the ball back. And then it all went downhill from there. So where do we begin? Okay, we have to start with the quarterback, and I'm gonna say it like this. I mean, because there's a lot of debate going on, who was more to the game? Was it Dan Jones or was it the offensive line? And well, I think we all could agree the offensive line was not good. In fact, the offensive line, I would go as far as say, was really bad. I mean, you give up 11 sacks. I mean, that's not good. I don't care if Dale Austin is saying, only 4 of them were actually on the offensive line. Even then, you give up that many pressures, you give up that many sacks. That's not good. But at the same time, Dan Jones made key mistakes that, I'm sorry, a $40 million a year quarterback cannot make. That fumble at the end of the end zone, I'm sorry, that just can't happen. That just can't happen. I don't care. You're 6'5" and you got pretty good both. Find a way to make the tackle and hold on to the football. You cannot fumble the ball in that station, because when you fumble the ball, we all know you're basically giving the opposition 7 points. You're basically giving the opposition 7 points. 7 points. And then even more egregious was obviously the pick six he threw in the end zone. I remember I was literally videotaping that bad boy, thinking I was about to record a Giants touchdown, and then look what happened. I had to delete that shit from my phone instantly.
Welcome to the NFL, Devin Witherspoon. Picking off one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, and then what's even, you literally see Darren Waller is literally wide open, in the corner of the end zone. He's literally wide open, but Dan Jones obviously makes the wrong read and throws the pick six. So that's my thing. Was the offensive line good? No. No one's saying it was good. In fact, we all agree it was pretty bad. But at the end of the day, You're making $40 million a year. I'm sorry, those mistakes are just inexcusable. Because if he throws it, what was the score? I forget what was the score. It was 13-3, right? I think what was it 13-3 at that point. If he hits Darren Waller, guess what? The score's 13th, and you're still in the game. Instead, it's now 20-3, and you're basically out of it. So yeah, that's my point. That's my point. I mean, some other stuff. I mean, the defense. I mean, it is what it is. Kayvon Thibodeau wasn't actually had a pretty good game. He got a couple sacks. I mean, the only thing I'll say about the defense about Kayvon Thibodeau is he literally had a pick six right in his head when he was out there to intercept. Was it Drew Lock or was it Geno Smith? I forget who it was, but he had pick six right there, and he ultimately can't call with it. Yes, it was a tough grab, but it's like you see what happens. Winning teams like the Seattle Seahawks, they get the big plays. They got the pick six off the Daniel Jones. Meanwhile, teams that aren't as good, they don't come up the big plays, and the Giants, they could come up with the big play there. I mean, so yeah, now you're 1-3, and let's be honest. I'm gonna say right now, guys. I mean, Sam, I'm gonna ask you a question. When does hockey season start?
October 12th for the Philadelphia Flyers.
That's literally my mindset right now. I'm wearing devil's gear for a reason because I'm like, the Giants, they're playing the Dolphins, they're playing the Bills. Season's a wrap. I'll just call it the season's wrap. They ain't making the playoffs. In fact, I think they'll be lucky. They'll be lucky to not finish with double-digit losses. So I'm already moving on. Give me the Devils. Give me the Hughes brothers. Give me Heisha. Give me Timo. Give me all those boys. I'm ready.
Hey, Adam, it sucks to be you.
It does, doesn't it?
I'm sorry, buddy.
Remember back in all the way back in what was it, January? I'm literally thinking to myself, oh my god, the Giants just won a playoff game. The Yankees just re-signed Aaron Judge and they signed Carlos Rodon. The Nets still had Katie and Kyrie, and the Devils are in the middle of this amazing season. I'm like, oh my god, I've been waiting for this so long for all my teams to actually be good. And then here we are, 10 months later? And aside from it, though, I mean, the Yankees, we all know what happened to them. Giants season is over. The Nets will be lucky to get a play-in. And those are literally the only team where I'm genuinely feeling optimistic about.
Hey guys, we get baseball, basketball, football, and hockey for 1 week straight, for a whole week straight when the season all play together.
I am looking forward to that. We should do something for our best segment for that.
Hey guys, let me explain.
I'm sorry, Sam. I know you're a yes. I'm just asking. Did I entertain you during that rant?
I almost fell asleep. No, I'm just kidding. It was very entertaining.
If you have any thoughts, you can just go ahead.
Ask you a question about the Eagles.
Go ahead.
Yes, they're going to win a Super Bowl like y'all did in 2018?
Oh, the season's Super Bowl or bust, that's for sure. But before we continue any conversation, our team, the Eagles, they're 4-0. So please, I demand a little bit of respect when you talk to me about the team that I root for, the Philadelphia Eagles, please. Thank you. 4-0.
I have no choice. I
ain't respecting shit.
My team is 1-3, and you guys completely whopped us in the playoffs. I have no choice.
I ain't gonna respect shit. Thank you.
Well. You have more.
How's the quarterback situation? And how's the quarterback situation with the Jets?
Oh, that's cold. Zach Wilson is not even a quarterback. He's just paperweight.
Well, here's the thing. We got to pause Zach Wilson slander for a week.
He's better than Daniel Jones. Zach Wilson is better than
Yeah,
Daniel.
no, I will. Yeah, I will say that. Yes, Zach Wilson is better than Daniel Jones. I will go on the record and say that.
Wow.
See, I'm not the only one, Adam.
Hey, anything that helps us get Khalid Williams, I'm happy.
Hey, Adam, Daniel Jones is the worst starting quarterback in the league.
We'll have to. But hey, you ready for this response? Ready for this response, Sam? Michael, you say Jones is the worst quarterback in the league?
Yeah.
At least he beat the Cardinals. What's Dak's excuse?
What's your
When
record?
the worst quarterback in the league can do something that your quarterback can't, that's a problem.
Hey, Adam, what's your record?
1-3.
Yeah, that
Season's
is
done.
true. You are a Dallas fan and
Adam.
a Lakers fan. I'm getting quite tired.
All right. I will say this. We definitely have to give respect for the Eagles. They're picking up right where they left off from last year. We all thought like, okay, they went go to the Super Bowl last year. Is there going to be a bit of a Super Bowl hangover? The answer to that question is no. They clearly haven't had a Super Bowl hangover. They've really picked up right where they left off. They're 4-0 for a reason. The one question I do have about the Eagles, Sam, is. And it's not really. It's generally me not talking crap. It's a genuine concern I have with them. Is their defense, like their defense so far? I'm gonna be honest. They've been good, but they haven't. I think they've taken a bit of a step back from last year. They go up against the New England Patriots, who we all know are not the New England Patriots. So, they're 1-3 for a reason, and you guys give up 20 points and you beat them by 5. You guys bounce back, with hold on. You guys give up 28 to the Minnesota Vikings. Yes, they have Kirk Cousins. Yes, they have Justin Jefferson, but still, you bounce back. You only give up 11 to the Buccaneers. Okay, that was a good performance, but then you give up 31 points and have to win in overtime against Washington Commanders, who we just saw on Thursday Football got walloped by the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears go in there and win it. So I want to ask you, Sam, does this defense, does this, defense and the fact that they haven't won the games in a pre-session, does it concern you a little bit?
It is a little bit of a concern. However, the fact that the Eagles are still 4-0 and they haven't played their best football yet is quite scary.
That is true. That is true.
That is a scary, scary thought that they're 4-0 and they haven't played their best football yet. They haven't played a complete game of football yet. So give it time. They have a gauntlet coming soon when it's Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, and another team Chiefs and the Cowboys again. That will be the gauntlet of the schedule where we're really going to see if this Eagles team will in fact be in the playoffs / be a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, I think we all could agree they're definitely going to be. I would definitely say they're going to be in the conversation. As one of the best teams in the AFC. The only question is how well will they do against the best of the AFC like last year? Like, how well will they do, against the Niners? How will they do if Detroit, is actually legit? How will they fare against them? If Seattle's legit, how will they fare against them? I would say Cowboys, but let's be honest, Sam. It's the Cowboys. You all know how it ends for them.
Oh yeah, it's the Cowboys year every year. Dak Prescott has yet to win or has yet to lead the Dallas Cowboys to the NFC Championship game or something like that.
What was the last time the Cowboys made the NFC Championship game?
27 years ago, I think.
I think I wasn't even born
yet.
Yet.
It's too many years ago to count.
I
First of
wasn't
all,
even
Mama
born yet.
says don't go along with stupid. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
All right, gentlemen. It's been an absolute
Yeah,
pleasure to join you
yeah,
guys
definitely. Yeah,
on
definitely.
this podcast. I have to head out because I have an
Yeah,
assignment that was due
definitely.
8 minutes
Yeah.
ago that I have not started yet. So I
Okay,
appreciate
yeah.
you.
So we thank you. So yeah, Samuel, we thank you so much for coming on. It's been a blast having you on the show, talking all things sports, too, not just football, not just baseball, but football, like literally the whole 9 yards. I think we hit at least a little bit on everything in this episode. So it's been a blast having you on.
We didn't talk
Thank you
about
so much.
Once again, Samuel, I'm gonna ask you once again. I know you said before in our intro, but I'm gonna ask you once again, give a little plug where else we can find you.
You can find me on Twitter, Goldberg+PXP. That's the social media that I use the most. I stream too on Twitch,
Oh,
Goldberg+PXP
nice.
as well.
What games do you stream?
A little bit of everything. It's just a way for people on Twitter like to connect with me a little bit more.
Nice. I may
And
have to check it
then
out.
Instagram is Sam Goldberg Photo, where I post a bunch of photos and stuff like that. So
what games do you play on Twitch? You play 2K?
I'm gonna start playing NHL probably tomorrow. We're going to get the game tomorrow. I played a little bit of MLB the show and then I got bored of it. Main game is Dead by Daylight though.
Okay. I will definitely have to check out sometime. But Sam, we thank you so much for coming on. You're welcome back anytime. Do not be a stranger.
Appreciate it, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Take care. All right, but yeah, that was Samuel Goldberg. Great to hear all things sports. I mean, before we did you guys want to talk college football a bit?
Guys, it's going on 10 to 12 something. I gotta wake up early.
All right, so save it for next episode.
Yeah, we'll have a
All right,
whole
we'll
football
save next
college
episode.
football episode.
We'll definitely have next episode. But one more thing, I forgot to hit this while we were with Sam. Did you guys hear what Evan Neal had to say?
What did this idiot have to say now?
He literally gives an interview to NJ.com and he literally goes on and says, he goes on and talks crap about Giants fans. And here's some of the things he actually said. He says, a lion does not concern himself with the opinion of sheep. So he's calling Giant fans sheep. And he's saying to why do I compare about that? Like, look at what I'm doing compared to other guys who flip burgers. Like, bro, who gave you the right to talk about your own fans like that? Like, who do you are you to talk about the fans like that? You have literally stunk this season. You have sucked. You have stunk up the joint, and you're going to talk bad about your fans who paid our hard-earned money to see you at the I literally think you just give another pressure. Like, what do you want the fans to do? Sing Kumbaya? They're literally watching Daniel Jones run for his life, and you're expected to just be like, "Yay, Evan Neal! Yay, you're doing amazing! I'm gonna do you something."
What in the flying fuck was that? Adam, I agree with Evan Neal. All you NFLs are fans are sheeps.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, it's a very did you guys see what Don LeGreco on the Michael K show had to say?
Hold up, Adam. I got something to say about that.
Go ahead.
As
So
much
you
as I
saw
hate
the clip, right? You saw it?
Yeah, man. Even though I hate the Giants, I agree with Don. You have no right. I can understand if you're calling Cowboys fans this, Jets fans this, or any team that the Giants players hate. But you talk about your own fan base. You are a piece of human shit. You know what I'm saying, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, to talk that way about your own fans. I mean, you literally call them burger flippers just because they boo. Like, again, what do you want them to do? Sing Kumbaya and twerk?
Adam, if you ever twerk on the show, get up, throw it up. But seriously, that's just a damn disgrace. You're making like I agree with Don, man. Don said, "Spit in your burger," um, and I
I
love
would cut his fat you know what.
Don is a.
If you see him on the street, boo him. We pay money to watch you play. Poorly, I might add. Oh my god, guys, Don is such a legend. We all can agree there, right? Isn't he the best? All right. All right. But guys, do you know what time it is?
Full time.
It's time right now for the bets of the episode. So yeah. Is there really any? Really, I'm so far behind on keeping up with our bets. So I will get caught up eventually. It's just I need to find the time to be able to get all this stuff and do all the calculations. I'm sorry, guys, but don't worry. Updates are coming soon. So yeah, I know, but let's say sure. I know I did not win my bet last episode because I had the Commanders over the Bears. I was a foolish bet on my part. Michael, I think you actually won yours. You had you had the Rays or the Rangers. So no, you didn't win that one. And Alex,
Wait,
I know you did have yours because you had the Twins over the Blue Jays. So
wait. How did I lose my bet? How did I lose my bet?
you had the Rays over the Rangers, and the Rangers swept them.
Motherfucker.
MFR is right. Yeah. All right. So who's gonna? So yeah, I think we all agree that if no one can go, then that means Michael, you're a tiebreaker. So this is ultimately you came up with the idea for the segment. So what's the game of the episode going to be?
We're gonna do a college football game.
Okay.
We're gonna do a rivalry game. Texas versus Oklahoma.
What versus Oklahoma?
Texas versus Oklahoma. Or we have Kentucky versus versus my Georgia Bulldogs.
Texas. So are we doing Texas, Oklahoma, or Kentucky versus Georgia?
They're both ranked teams, so we're gonna go with the bigger rivalry, Texas versus Oklahoma, because they're fights in it.
I am literally going to pick this one blindfold. I'm going to go Oklahoma.
That's a bad one. Okay, Alex, your turn.
I am gonna pick Oklahoma.
Are you guys shitting me? You guys have Texas at home. I'm going with Texas over Oklahoma. Yeah, stupid than I thought. Alex, you know better.
We'll make Sam pick Sam Morell to pick Texas as well. All right. But now it's time for our actual bets, and I'm gonna be let's see, what am I gonna do here? I have been thinking about this one. Because seriously, we got so much to bet. Obviously we got the NFL week 5. I am totally staying away from all the locals. I really don't have a leaning here. I really don't. I really do not. I really do not have a leaning here. See, I'm gonna stay with that. So let's see. All right. Here's what am I gonna do? You know what? I'm in last place. I keep losing, so what am I gonna do? So I'm going to ask you a question. Has the pitching matchup been decided for Game 1 of Atlanta, Philadelphia yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So I'm not gonna be too risky. I'm not gonna do anything MLB related. I will do it at some point, but I'm gonna play it safe for now. So I'm gonna do a 2-game parlay for Sunday. First one is gonna be a football bet, and it's gonna be a spread bet. I am gonna take the Chiefs over the Vikings. How are the Chiefs only favored by 3.5? How are the Chiefs only favored by Van? I know they're on the road. I know they haven't played their best football so far. Vikings are just not good. That line is way too low. Yeah, Chiefs are gonna cover that in a breeze. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs over the Vikings. That and Game 1 of the WNBA Finals, I'm gonna take the Liberty over the Aces. That's what I bet. All right, Alex, go ahead. You're up next.
Okay, I'm gonna do a 3-game parlay for college football.
College football, okay.
So I am gonna do Miami money line over Georgia Tech.
Miami over Georgia Tech. Got
Ole Miss money line over Arkansas.
Hold
And
for a second. Ole Miss over Arkansas.
yeah. And Michigan over Minnesota.
How do you spell Arkansas again?
Oh my God, look it up.
Okay, don't worry. I found it. Right. What was your last one again?
Michigan over Minnesota.
Or Minnesota. Okay. All right, Michael Cunningham. This is your last. You're up. Go ahead. What am I doing for Sam's bet? I'm literally just gonna give him a Ravens. Do the Ravens even play? I think this is their bye week.
Give him a Giants bet just to screw with him.
I may as well. Ravens play the Steelers, so you know what? I'll go Ravens over Steelers. I'll give them Ravens and Liberty money line.
All right.
And what are we doing for Marcellus?
Give him for college football. Give him LSU, Missouri over LSU.
Got it. All right, Michael, and that's it, right?
I didn't go yet.
No. I meant that's all for Marcellus. I mean, Missouri over LSU, right?
Yeah.
All right, Michael Cunningham, you're up.
I'm gonna go with my Bulldogs, Georgia Bulldogs, against Kentucky. Go Dogs, go!
Georgia against over Kentucky, right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna take him on the spread. I'm gonna take him on the money line.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm still going, big dog. I'm still going.
It's just a question. Go ahead.
I'm gonna do New York Liberty on the money line. Let's go Liberty. I'm gonna do a 3-game parlay. And then I'm gonna do Michigan versus Minnesota.
Yeah, Liberty over who again?
Liberty over Aces in the final.
Liberty over Aces, and you have room for one more.
Michigan versus Minnesota.
Michigan or Minnesota, guy. All right, guys. That's all for this episode. Guys, how's everyone doing?
Good, just tired.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hanging there myself. Yeah, I mean, this grind doing this podcast this time of year, it's really a grind. But hey, hockey season's almost here, so you know what that means, Michael.
What?
The next episode you have off, because you know what we're doing?
College football?
No,
Basketball?
no.
Hockey?
Yes, it's gonna be our NHL season preview episode. I'm already working on trying to get someone on.
Why do you hate me?
So you can come for the episode or you can take it off. It's your choice.
Do you hate me that much?
What?
Do you hate me that much?
What did you say?
Do you hate me?
Okay. All right, but guys, any final thoughts?
No.
What's the silent treatment? I actually know you would say something right now.
My final thought is, let's go Phillies.
Good. That's a good one. I respect it. I respect it. You know what my final thought is?
What?
Let's go Devils. They're literally the only thing I have left. They're literally the only thing I have left. The Yankees are done. We'll have to see what. I mean, maybe they entertain during all season. I don't know. No, the Giants stink. The Nets are gonna be lucky to play in. Devils, you are literally my only hope. Please, please, please be entertaining. Please be entertaining, and and save my sports life. Please, you are literally my only hope. All right, but guys, that's it. This is 184 of the Game Podcast. Usually, Grassani, Mike Cunningham, Alex Reich, and our subject Samuel Goldberg. Like you heard, like, follow, or subscribe to the podcast. Also, enjoy conversation on YouTube. We got make future episode and future episode whenever. Those are your Jesus fans. Let your world believe it and I see you next time, and until then, stay lit.